Similar to the level 100, which I have a video on already, the level 101 can be done with the Daggerspines for pretty decent repair. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. As we get started here, I do want to mention that I am of course using 5 Daggerspines. They are upgraded to U3 or X1. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to scrap my fleet and rebuild it, and I'm just showing you what I have here. Now, the fleet's biggest weakness when you're using the Daggerspine are that it doesn't really do enough building damage, which means it's going to take a lot longer to get through the target, especially with the technique I'm about to show you here. What I really like to do, in fact I've actually stopped doing this with my Rampages because I can do it fine without, but I'm going to go around the target here towards the back and kill these 4 and maybe 5 different turrets just to get them out of the way before I actually start the main portion of the target. Now, the disadvantage by using the Daggerspines is that they need to be stopped in order to do their maximum damage, but if you're stopped, the dumbfire turret is going to hit you, which is a little bit of an unfortunate combination. So what I'm going to do is right as I'm about to get out of range of the dumbfire turret, I stop, kill that all the way, and as soon as it's dead, I can get out of its way, stop, and kill everything else here. This lets you use your shots the most effective way possible and get these 4 turrets out of the way so you don't have to deal with them later when you're coming up through the outside of the target. I will also tell you that this is the first time I'm hitting the level 101 with the Daggerspines in the last hour or so. I could run through and do 12 or 13 different runs and show you the best one on video, but that is a little bit disingenuous, so I'm not going to do that. Once you kill this first section, you can actually head back towards the mouth of the target. You can even wait to kill these 2 turrets and still later. It doesn't really matter here. What I'm going to do next is a pretty similar path to my Rampage video I showed. The path has changed a little bit slightly as I've continued to hit and refine these targets, but what I'm going to do is get in range of the dumbfire turret, shoot at this one a few times as I'm driving by, nothing too much to worry about. Click on the turret that's actually going to do damage to me here, and then hide to the right of the target. I do this, I'm going to get hit a few times by the turret I am shooting at, but I'm out of range of these 2 big red turrets, which I don't have the ability to sit in their range and kill them before they fire a second time, like I might using my Rampages. So there is a little bit of a driving technique difference using the different ships, just so you are aware of that. Once the second red turret goes down, I'm going to loop back to the left and take care of both of these dumbfire turrets, just to get them out the way so I don't have to worry about them too much later. As you can see, it's going to take a few passes to do that, especially if I need to stop and I'm in range of the red gun right here, which you can outrun and should do no damage to you if you do that pretty decently. Unfortunately, there's no blind spot you can sit in that takes care of both of these things, so it does take you a few runs here. I do like to keep moving. You should probably not get hit by any of those, especially if you have somewhat decent driving. Stay moving here, get through those, and if you killed these one at the bottom a little bit earlier, you can shift over focus to the Axiom chain gun turret. Just be aware there are 2 turrets down here that you might become in range of, so you don't really want to get hit by those if possible. That's just extra damage you're taking for no reason. Once that top turret's dead, you can loop back towards the bottom, kill the chain gun right here, which you should be able to just stay out of range of this big red guy 4, and then you're going to run in and kill the silo turret right here. You're killing this fuel silo so that you have a better damage later on in the target. I think I got hit by that glancing blow from this one. You can take down this dumbfire weapon and stuff like that pretty easily if you are, if you are just actually going through and killing those fuel silos, which is why I'm doing that. Get inside the minimum range of these 2 turrets and start shooting at the one that's actually going to do a little bit of damage to you. It is pretty close. You have to skirt the edge of that flamethrower there, as well as making sure you're staying away from the everything else here. Now what you see is that I'm going to run through this red ring, grab the fuel silo to kill the scattergun type turret there, shoot at him a few times, and he'll blow up, move outside to the right where you're safe from everything else, and shoot at the fuel silo. This back corner right here is unfortunately not safe from everything. You are getting hit by this scattergun turret right here, but you are safe from the dumbfire one, which is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and move in range of these 2 and start shooting at them. If you can find the exact right spot to stay in, you'll be out of range of the other turret. And once these are dead, you can loop towards the bottom here. Make sure you don't go too far off to the left because the red turrets, if they're still alive that is, would shoot at you. As is, they're dead, you don't need to worry about it. But you do want to make sure you engage these fuel silos, you can blow them up, so that it kills this last turret here, which it just did. At this point, we just have 2 of these dumbfire turrets left in this section, otherwise we would have to try and hide back in this corner while 2 turrets were shooting at us the whole time, which you don't want to deal with, which is why I did that earlier in the target. Kill this chain gun turret right here, and then we can head towards the bottom of the target. I do like to line myself up with the wall to the top here to my ship's left and run down it, so I'm in range and further away from the dumbfire weapon. As soon as it fires, I cut in close towards these 2 turrets, get inside their minimum range quickly, and start shooting at them here. As you can see, the level 101 is a little bit of a harder target than the level 100. There are just a few things to be aware of with that. You do take a little bit more damage from a few different routes, so again, I just want you to be aware of that. Now, once that target is dead, nothing too tricky here, and we're down. Battle should end, and we'll see if we can take a look at the damage report. I've had that be a little bit buggy on me recently. Looks like we are continuing to have that, so let's just have to go to map and look at that the old-fashioned way. Damage report here looks to be not great. I mean, 1 hour and 15 minutes of damage is pretty bad. I got hit once or twice by the big radioactive turrets, so I just want you to be aware of that. What you can take away from this video is that this is not the best technique for this. You could try and drive your ass off and get it done a million times, but you're still going to take a fair amount of damage here, and you shouldn't necessarily believe everything you see edited on here, where people can have 10 runs and can just post the best one out there. So the Rampages, while they are, maybe you don't have them all the way upgraded, they are much better in the 101 than the Daggerspines. The Daggerspines would do best in the 100 if you had a chance to use that. And of course, here's the build I'm using. It is pretty well upgraded, and it's not the best fleet for this target, but it is perfectly possible to complete this enough to get the Princeps Triari or a few other things if you even have only a Daggerspine fleet. With that said, I want to go ahead and say thank you to those folks whose names appear on the end screen now. They're helping keep the channel running and stuff like this possible. And until next time, this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.